last section. Applications of coordination compounds, chelating agents. So we talked about EDTA, 4- ethylene diamine tetraacetate ion. It has 6 lone pairs, can form very stable complexes with ions. So we can use a chelating agent like this. We can put it into a solution and have it tie up or occupy metal ions. So we can use calcium EDTA to treat heavy metal poisoning. The lead complex with EDTA is more stable than the calcium complex. So the EDTA goes in, surrounding the calcium ion, and then it sees the iron ion, and it's like, oh, we like that one better. We're just going to leave calcium, and we're going to go over here and grab the lead. When the lead ion is chelated, it can't do anything in your body. It can't cause all those negative effects of lead poisoning, and it just gets excreted. So basically, they can just tie up the bad thing and keep it from messing you up. Another application is in chemical analysis, which is what we did in our lab practical. Some ligands are selected for specific metal ions and can be used to identify them. So thiocyanate is used to test for cobalt, blue solution. Look familiar? It can also be used for iron 3, a deep red solution. This one's just not as concentrated as yours was. Yours looked like blood, right? So red you couldn't see through it. Other ligands may form different colored precipitates, so they can be used for analysis. They can also be used as coloring agents since they have such strong colors. So iron blue is used in lots of different applications. It's a mixture of hexacyano complexes of iron 2 and iron 3. There are a lot of metal complexes in living systems. A complex ion of chromium works with insulin in your body to control glucose. Manganese is involved in fat and carbohydrate synthesis. Molybdenum in hemoglobin synthesis. And so what you have in your body is not free molybdenum ions that are doing this. Like free iron ions are not involved in oxygen transport. But the iron is complexed by the hemoglobin, and that complex is what carries the oxygen. If you don't have the iron, the hemoglobin doesn't work. And so that's why we have these different metal ions that are necessary parts of our diet. If you don't get enough iron, your hemoglobin's not going to be very good, and you're going to have a hard time getting oxygen to all the parts of your body. Copper and zinc, so just some examples. Hemoglobin and cytochrome C both contain a heme, which is a complex of iron and a porphyrin. A porphyrin is just a flat polydentate ligand, and so this heme is connected to a protein. The porphyrin has 4 nitrogen atoms that coordinate to the metal ion. So here, this is heme 8. This is a heme, and we've left all the hydrogen off because otherwise it's really hard to see what's going on. So here's your iron ion, and these nitrogen atoms are going to form coordinate covalent bonds with the iron. So this heme is going to be part of a larger protein, cytochrome C or hemoglobin. This is what it looks like in hemoglobin. Here we have the heme structure as a line drawing instead of ball and stick. So this iron here has 4 ligands from the heme structure, and then it has a 5th nitrogen from the protein. The 6th one is either going to be occupied by oxygen or water. And so this is how the hemoglobin is carrying the oxygen as a ligand on that iron Carbonic anhydrase is an enzyme that catalyzes the reaction between water and carbon dioxide in respiration. So water and carbon dioxide are going to form carbonic acid, essentially. So the zinc is bound in a tetrahedral complex with 3 sites having nitrogen atoms from the surrounding amino acids, and 1 site is available to bind the water molecule. When the water molecule is bound to the zinc, it's going to draw the electron density away from the hydrogens, so making it easier for the hydrogens to lose a proton. And then the bound OH minus will react with the CO2 and produce this carbonic acid. Chlorophyll is another example. This slide's got a little messed up. Some of the pictures are on top of each other. This is also porphyrin-based, but it's got magnesium instead of iron, and there's not a surrounding protein. And this is essential for photosynthesis. So you don't have enough magnesium in your soil, your plants aren't going to grow. Drugs and therapeutic agents. Cisplatin is a cancer drug. And the way this works is it attaches to the cancer cell's DNA and messes up the reproduction of the cancer cells. End of the class.